corrupted, you know. He made a contradiction in verse 7 of Philemon, right, in chapter 1, where it says, "And remember that they may bear their own burdens in full on the day of resurrection, and some of the burdens of those whom the blind lead without knowledge. Unquestionably evil is that which they bear." Now the contradicting verse to this will be in 2 Corinthians, right? I'll show you now. It says word for word, "No soul shall bear the burden of another." You see that? And it's right down here as well. 16, "No soul shall bear the burden of another." You see that?
Yeah.
Nadada? You see that?
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, so when it says no soul shall bear the burden of another, it says word for word, "And remember that they may bear their own burdens in full," right? Everything that they've done wrong in their life, they'll bear in full on the day of resurrection. "And some of the burdens of those whom they misled." So isn't that bearing other burdens? Wouldn't that be bearing other burdens? They're bearing the burdens you've committed in full, right, on the day of resurrection. And on top of those burdens, there'll be other burdens placed on top of you, which you have not committed, but others have committed whom you've misled. Isn't that still a contradiction?
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you.
Would you say that's a contradiction? "And remember that they may bear their own burdens in full on the day of resurrections." So that everything they've done wrong in their life, they're going to bear in full, right? "And some of the burdens of those whom they misled," right? "Of those whom the blind lead without knowledge." See how it's a contradiction to this other verse where it says, "No soul shall bear the burden of another," in 2 Corinthians 5:16. See that? How it's a contradicting? Yeah. You know what's funny about this?
What?
Nadada, these are not actually Bible verses at all, actually. These are Quran verses. Right? The Quran says in multiple ayahs that nobody should bear the burden of another person. That not will bear a bearer of burdens the burden of another. Right? This is Surah 53, ayah 38. The same thing is said in 39:7, 35:18. In 35:18 it says it even worse. It says, "And not will bear of burden of another, and if calls heavenly laden to carry," it's like help, if it calls out, "nobody shall bear their burden." It's saying nobody, even if they call out, nobody will bear their burden, right? In 17:15, again, it says nobody shall bear the burden of another. 164, but the contradicting ayah, 16:25, when it says that they may bear their burden in full on the day of resurrection, and on top of all of those burdens that they've bared will be burdens that are not their own, but of other souls whom they misled. That is bearing the burden of another person. Complete contradiction. In Surah 16, ayah 25. What do you say about this? You conceded that it was a contradiction in the Bible when I showed you it's in Philemon and 2 Corinthians. Those verses are not in the Bible at all. They're Quranic verses. Right? That says, one says you can bear the burden of another person, the other says you cannot. In any context does it allow you to bear the burden of another person. Why is there a contradiction inside of your Quran? Your Quran literally says it's a challenge, right? If you can find many contradictions, it's not from God. It's not from Allah. If you find many contradictions. I gave you many ayahs saying the same thing. Many ayahs saying the same thing. One ayah out of them all contradicting them all. There's another ayah like this, but I like to bring 25:16 or 16:25. Because it says that they may bear their burdens in full. Everything that they've done wrong in their life, they'll bear in full on the day of resurrection. And on top of those burdens will be burdens that they've never committed. But others have, other souls have, and those burdens will be then placed on them because they misled them. But it's still bearing the burden of another. It's still a contradiction, and you conceded to it inside of the Bible. Do you still say it's a contradiction? Nadada, unmute your mic. Nadada. Nadada. Unmute your mic. Where did you go? Alright, Muslims, they just go silent. Once you just... That's funny. Alright, maybe you could answer this. I'll see you around, Nadada.
You know, the girl, what was really funny about that is that when you posed it as something from the Bible, it was a logical and very comprehensive statement. And it wasn't even try. She didn't even try and refute it or ask for an explanation or anything. But then when it was from the Quran, oh man, like then it's a problem. Then it's a problem. And
When you brother,
then she couldn't even speak, and she had to cower behind the computer because she had no.
Yeah, it was perfect. That was just perfect. Anyway,
Hello.
click on my name. So this is a few things in the Bible that are pretty bad, right? So let's read it together.
okay.
Read it aloud.
I will read or you will read.
You read it. You read it.
Okay.
Out loud.
Philemon. Okay. Where it's the Bible like verses. Some verses
Yeah, this
from
is the Bible. This is Bible. Yeah, this is no Christians will read this to you. Read it out loud.
All a person of Jesus Christ and Dimitri, our brother. Unto Philemon, unto Philemon, our dearly believed and follow. What is it?
Laborer.
Okay, fellow laborer.
Fellow laborer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Verse 2.
Verse 2. Say, I, Philemon, am not the first messenger ever sent, and I don't know what will happen to me and you. I only follow what is relevant, revealed to me.
To me.
And and I am only sent with a clear warning.
So Paul literally says word for word that he is not the first messenger ever sent, and will not know what will happen to him. Like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
Is that bad or what?
You don't know, but they like. What can I say? I don't know. I don't know what. You explain it for me, please.
So he says say I Philemon am not the first messenger ever sent, and I don't know what will happen to me or you. I only follow what is revealed to me. Saying he doesn't know what will happen to him in the afterlife, and he's not the first messenger ever sent. There's other people before him preaching different messages. So he admits that he doesn't know what will happen to him, but why would we listen to him, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that bad?
Yeah, it's bad. He don't know hereafter where he will go. Then why we will follow?
Yeah. Did you know this is a Quran verse instead and not an actual Bible verse? And this is what Allah has said? He said that Muhammad is only sent with a clear warning, but he does not know what will happen to him.
Yeah.
Did you know that? The Quran says this?
Yeah, I know that Prophet.
Why does the Quran? Why would the Quran? This isn't the Bible at all. This is the Quran, right? The Quran says, verbatim, right? Say not I am a new messenger among the messengers, and not I know what will be done with me and not with you, right? I follow but what is revealed to me, and not I am but a clear warner. 46 ayah 9 of the Quran clearly states that Muhammad knows not what will be done to him or to those that follow him.
Yeah, it's like Quran verses.
Yeah, okay. So 49. Here. 46. Ayah 9. Right, it says very clearly. Say I am not something original among the messengers, nor do I know what will be done with me or you. I only follow what is revealed to me, and I am not but a clear warner, saying he doesn't know what will be done with those who follow him. Why does Allah tell Muhammad to say he doesn't know what will be done to him in the afterlife?
Like Muhammad Sallallahu he said that I can't explain that. I am not a scholar, okay, and I have no proper knowledge about it.
So you have no clue why Muhammad would ever say he doesn't know what will happen to him in the afterlife. Why would you follow somebody who doesn't know what will happen to him? You know what Jesus Christ says? He says he's the way, the truth, and the life, and nobody can get to the Father except through me. right? He doesn't say, I don't know what will happen to me or you. He says, I am the way, the truth, and the life, and the only way to the Father is through me. Those that believe in me will have everlasting life, right? No, I don't know what will happen to me or to those that follow me. I only, because there's original messengers that had a different message than I did. Why does the Quran say this?
I don't know. Yeah. Brother,
You don't know?
I'm frankly saying that you have to choose a scholar like who have proper knowledge about Islam or and about Bible. It will be like more. Debate will be more interesting. Instead, debate with me.
Well, Ibn Abbas, right? He says, say to them, O Muhammad, I am no new thing among the messengers of Allah. I am not the first human being to be sent as a messenger. There were many messengers before me, nor do I know what will be done with me or with you. So I am getting an actual scholarly interpretation of this verse. It says he doesn't know what the fuck will be done to him or those that follow him. Why do you follow him? Muhammad doesn't even know what will be done with you. Muhammad doesn't even know what will be done with you. He explained it in the exact same way I explained it. He did explain the Quran, you're right, in the exact same way I explained it. Why does Muhammad have to say that he doesn't know what will be done with those that follow him?
He just
Why doesn't he know
that hereafter situation will be dangerous. This like that I don't know what will happen with me. Okay, and you are the
with you or to those that follow. He's talking about Muhammad here, right? He said who are the followers of Muhammad? The Muslims, right? The people that follow Muhammad and his prophet. He says, I don't know what will be done with those who follow me.
He just hereafter
he didn't
situation
just do anything.
Will be this kind of dangerous that he don't know.
No. You literally said it was a problem when it was in the Bible. And now it's not a problem? Now it's fine? Because Allah said it? That Allah says you don't know what the fuck will be done with you or to those that follow him? And now it's all of a sudden a big problem. But when it's in no, all of a sudden it's not a big problem. But in the Bible, it's a problem?
No. Brother.
Okay, so it's a problem in the Quran as well? That Muhammad knows not what will happen to those that follow him?
Earlier I said that I have no clue, no fucking clue.
Yeah, just like how Muhammad has no clue what Muhammad has no fucking clue. Just like Muhammad has no fucking clue what will be done. Just like you have no clue, Muhammad doesn't have a clue what will be done to you if you follow him. Doesn't know. He says, I don't know what will be done with me or you. We might be thrown in hell. For all he knows, you might be thrown in hell.
No, but
brother, why don't you follow the truth? Okay? Why don't you follow the truth? Where it says that anybody who believes in me will have everlasting life. Not this, I don't know.
Earlier I said that I have no fucking clue. I don't know.
Okay, look this, brother. How about this? How about you read the first 4 Gospels and then see if there's ever something where like it says, he doesn't know what will happen to you. Because Jesus Christ says that he is the way, the truth, and the life. Not a deceiver. Not the greatest deceiver of mankind. The biggest truth teller. The only truthful. No deceit inside of him. And he says very clearly that he is the only way to the Father. He doesn't have this message where he says, I don't know what will be done to those who follow me. He says those who follow me will have everlasting life.
There is tons of like verses in Quran. Muhammad Sallallahu said that.
So you tell me there's a contradiction in the Quran?
You will go to Jannah. Okay, you will go to
How can you follow that stuff? It literally says, I am not an original among the messengers, nor do I know what will be done with me or you. Right? So I don't care if it says, oh, if you do this, you'll have amazing eternal life. If you do this, you'll be punished. If you do this, he doesn't know. He says, I don't know. Allah said, O Muhammad, I am not the first among the messengers, nor do I know what will be done with me. Muhammad doesn't know what will be done with him. Or with you. I only follow with what is revealed to me. He only follows with what the fuck goes in his head. In his seizures, when he has seizures, he goes out and tells people, I only follow with this stuff. If you could believe me, but I don't know what happens to me. You could go believe in the rock and kiss it and do your hajj and do all this stuff. But in the end of the day, you don't know. Just like Muhammad doesn't fucking know.
Okay, who wrote Quran? Who wrote?
Who wrote Quran?
Yeah.
Uthman ordered Zayd bin Thabit to rewrite the manuscripts, but they're not even the original ones. You know the Quran was revealed in 7 different ways, which were all destroyed by the time Uthman was a caliph. He was like the 3rd caliph.
Yeah, I know that because their like meaning were different.
There was differences, complete differences within the recitations. It wasn't dialect issues where there was different dialects. There was two people of the same Qurayshi dialect that had two different Qurans from one another. They should have had one Quran if it was dialect issues, because two people of the same dialect had two different Qurans. Now, the only reason why that was because these two people were companions of Muhammad, and they both got recitations from Muhammad which were completely different from one another. And this happened a bunch of times. Multiple companions had different Qurans from one another. There were 7 of them. The reason why there's all of these differences was because Muhammad said there were 7 of them. Oh, and by the way, he doesn't know what the fuck will happen to you.
This verse is from Quran, and that doesn't mean Muhammad said that. Muhammad said that. It says Allah.
It says that Allah said it. No, it says Allah said it. So you're no. It says Allah said this. Say, I am not something original among the messengers. We have commentary from your tafsirs from Ibn Abbas, who says this is about Muhammad. Oh Muhammad, right?
I'm not a perfect fit for this debate. Okay.
All right, bro. I'll see you around then.
Yeah.
So that comes to you. I'm not a perfect fit for this debate. Alhamdulillah. So retarded.
There was a time when one man flipped the script. Once a fierce persecutor, now the fiercest preacher. Apostle Paul, once Saul of Tarsus, took the world stage with unshakable faith, unstoppable energy, and a message that shook empires. From the dusty roads of Damascus to the grand cities of Rome, Paul became the voice that spread the gospel to nations far and wide. His words ignited hearts. His letters became foundations. And through it all, some Christians said he couldn't do it. But Paul, he didn't argue. Instead, he wrote, I hope this message finds you before I am.